winterize your 2014 Rockwood Premier by Forester. You have to open up all your waters. This one's hot. This one's cold. Doesn't look like there's anything. Oh, there's a little bit left in there. Dripping a little bit. This is just your gray water. There's no holding tank, so that'll just drain out. Once you're done with that, you're going to need to fill this with antifreeze. I'll show that in a bit. You're also going to have to take your water heater down, and you got to depressurize it with this here and take this plug out. When you take it out, just leave it set it in here. Just hold it in there so that you know to put it back in next year. I'll show you the kitchen sink. Make sure this one's done now. Turn it back off. And this is an A122TH Toy hauler. I believe my supplies only cost me 20 bucks. So I've already ran this once. You're kind of gurgling. I have it plugged into my car plus the battery, so the pump will run. So both waters have been vacated. I will go fill 3 jugs in the holding tank. By the way, as you can see, a lot of water came out the sink from prior. Probably needed not even a quarter of a water bottle, maybe half a water bottle came out of the shower. So I don't know that I need this many. A lot of people say you only need 2. I have the FDP RV and Marine antifreeze. It smells minus 50 degrees. Minnesota and Wisconsin, maybe get 30 below if we're lucky. But here I'm going to put 3 of these into the holding tank. I have a funnel that expands out. As you can see, we'll set that in there. I'm not going to show you me pouring these in there, but I'm going to put 3 in there. I should know before I did anything. Last time I used it, there's this little shut-off valve right here for the holding tank underneath. I opened that up the whole way home from my last trip. As you can see, this is starting to turn pink. You can see it. I have 2 jugs in there now of antifreeze. That is my lowest spot right there. Sorry, right there. I'll put another one in. It appears my plug for my hot water heater bigger than 1 inch, which I'm surprised by. So I'll have to get another socket bigger than that and drain that next time, but I can show you how to relieve the pressure. In the meantime, just know that you have to have everything. Turn off all your water, everything, disconnect it from the city water, all that, and lift this guy up. And then relieve the pressure so that you can down for now. Come back and turn this out later. And that'll just spill out onto the ground and then leave it out. So you want to get all the water out of all the coil system in there. This is kind of how I'm doing it, but I can only get one hand, but I have a screen inside of it just in case. It's my 3rd jug going in. I do want to note that that screen came in handy. A little piece of the oil from the top of the jug fell in there. Don't want that in your tank. See? Next, you're going to need to turn on your cold water. The holding tank. I have to turn the generator on. If I don't need my generator, but I turned it on. Came in here. The water heater. I bypassed the hot, I bypass the inlet, and I turned the actual bypass one on, so it's just whatever city water would come in would go right to the faucet. So now this is taken out of the equation, and so the hot leaving and the cold coming into the water heater is turned off. And if there were city water, it would just go right straight through, so I have to remember to turn this back on next year. And in order to get the water to pump, I have a little pump switch. So turn that on. You can hear it running. That's going to take the water from the holding tank. Turn that on until it turns pink. Turn a little bit pink. More pink. That's pretty pink. Let that sit like that for a second. Turn this going on here. That doesn't seem to be engaging the pump. Not quite sure what that's about. Maybe we'll have to run it through the water heater. I'll go outside and check that other one. It was cold. And my generator running and that excess cord out here. I'm gonna turn the cold on. See, it's coming out full white. Wait. Hasn't turned pink yet. A lot of regular water in there. Might be turning a little bit pink. I don't think so. Kind of bubbly, so maybe that's the pink stuff. There, I think I see some pink. Yep, that looks pink. That kind of flowing. Bubbles out of the line. Might need another jug in there, but I'll shut that one off for now. See if this other one turns on. I'm gonna put another jug in the tank. So I turn the valves back open over there, and the hot water pump on again, switch on. So that needs to get open. Which stinks because now in the spring I gotta really close that water heater out. Now it's starting to get the pink stuff coming. Four jugs in the holding tank. You don't want to leave your pump on very long, I don't think. Well, it's probably okay when there's liquid in it, but when it gets dried out, you don't want to do that. Burn it up. I think like $100 or more. This might take long because it's got to come through the water heater. This is my first time ever doing it, so learning process. Other than the $200-300+ at a dealer, all you gotta do is get the water up. Replace it with the antifreeze. I'll let this one be for a bit, and I'll go do the outside one. It's neither one of these, but pumping. holes work just fine right away. Bypass must have been cutting them off. So this is on now. That's hot. Air in the line. Still clear water. Foam starting to come out. So that water tank's all full of air. The coil in there is all full of air. So I'm trying to drain it out. Probably would have been better off to just left the water in there, fill the holding tank up, and start pumping the pink through. Yeah, next spring, I'll let the city water run through that for quite a while to get that stink out. So, yeah, this is taking a while. I'll just come back when has more pressure. You can see more of the pink. You can see now that this trap is full of pink. And hear this running. And you can see that that has any pink in it. That's good that that thing's pink. It was empty before. That's probably just cold. So nice and pink that is. Air just makes it look white. They're going to come back to it, loses this pink color. That one a bit more. I might have to use that thick can jug. Unless this is because I turned the bypass back on. You know how that goes. So I turned the middle valve, I believe, to off, the other to open. You can hear that gurgling. Hot water spitting out air. The tank must be filling up. So we're going to fill the hot water heater up with antifreeze. That's how we're going to do it this year. Start spitting out pink. Our cold water is already pink. Pump's still going. Yeah. This go until it starts shooting out pink antifreeze. Okay, so I had to go get an 1 1/16 inch socket. See that? 1 1/16 socket. It's a 1/2 inch, so it's a little bigger, and I'd buy an extension. Lifted the release. I opened the valves on the inside and loosened this up. Hopefully a bunch of pink stuff comes out. There's the pink stuff. That's everything I filmed yesterday. Got the drain again next year, but what was happening is I wasn't getting enough. I was needing like a lot more to have filled that tank up in order to clear the lines. And then it looks like about 2 or 3, maybe like 2 or 3 of those cans. But I went and checked underneath the camper last night, and the holding tank wasn't even barely had a drop in it, so I knew it all went into the hot water heater. I needed to get this done, but it probably would have been okay the way I did it. But the best way to do it is, you know, get that out, set it aside. Who knew 1 1/16 is pretty damn big. But now that that pressure is released, all the valves are open inside. I'll go in and show you that in a second. That's all drained. Once this is done, I'll go shut this portion off and just have the line from the holding tank going into the camper, and I'll show you that next. I was looking at this a little closer. It seems to have eroded away here on the right. Not exactly sure what this is. I thought it was just a plug, but it must be some sort of, I don't know. heating element, maybe. Not quite sure. I'll have to look into that, why it's all corroded up here. A bunch of flakes came out, granules. Maybe this needs to be replaced next year. I just plan on doing whatever did this last, is put some Teflon tape around it again. Plumber's tape. Leave a comment if you know why that is. I'm back inside again. So this is the hot water. It's open. It's closed. Cold water is open. It is closed. This redirect is now coming from holding tank, bypassing the hot water heater going on. So that's what we needed yesterday, and I didn't have enough fluid in the tank to clear those lines, but today I will. So we'll see how many jugs it takes for it to pass through. And once I put some antifreeze in the system, I'll turn on the DC water pump underneath the sink. That guy. Right there. So I'll go put some in the tank and I'll be back. So for winterizing my Honda generator, the EU2200i, the companion will have the option of putting them in parallel to get 30 amps. It's working at 15 amps right now. That's all I really needed. Put some stable fuel stabilizer. Increase up to 20 gallons. If you look closely, 1 ounce increase up to 2.5 gallons. I believe this holds 1.1 gallons. So what you do, probably can't, a quarter, half, and 1 ounce is full all the way up. So this is probably like 3/4. I put a quarter. What you do is you squeeze it. You gotta take the cap off first. Then get the cap off. Anyways, you squeeze it, and it'll fill up. I'll come back. So you take the cap off. It's child-proof. You squeeze it to fill it to what level you want, and then you release the pressure, and then you can just tip it into the gas tank. I shook mine up a little bit. Shook the generator up a little bit. Just having it run a little bit to get it into the system. That's all I'm gonna do this year to winterize that. Hopefully it stabilizes the gas. The gas was from Montana. I'm in Minnesota, and it stunk really bad. It was fresh gas when I was out there, but hopefully that does the trick. All right, we're back inside. Previously, we shut the two hot water, cold and hot, cold inlet, hot outlet off, and we have the bypass valve open. Now we're going to turn the pump on. And we're going to turn on the cold water. Right, it's cold. And it's coming out pink already. There's 3 gallons in the tank outside. So that's good. I'll do the hot. Kind of pink. Water looks really pink. So I think we're good there. Now we'll go outside. This would have taken 2 seconds yesterday, but I sat waiting around all day for the hot water tank to get pressurized, which I didn't have enough fluid in. I said before, this is where the gray water comes out of the kitchen sink. So this one we'll just take it out, let it hang. And this is cold and hot. So we'll turn the cold on. It's pink, I can tell. I've got nothing else in there, but it's gotta be pink. Turn that off. Turn the hot water on. Bubbly. That's got to be it too. Yeah, you can tell. Straight up against something. There's pink in it. So that one's good. Then double check the cold. Yep. That's pink. So, let's say I'm done. Winterizing this. Put some mouse bait inside of it. See if anything gets in there. Got 2 jugs left over. Probably could have got away with 2. Next year I'll try 2 and see what happens. So I think they're like $2.50 at Menards, like $5 for 2. And the socket and the extension were like $11-12. Like I said, I'm gonna leave that plug rod in there and just seal everything up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you like my video, this is my 2014 Rockwood Premier by Forester A122TH Toy hauler. That's what the TH stands for. Exterior shower, inside sink, hot cold water heater, hot and cold with the water, propane water heater, furnace, propane stove. Collapses pretty nice, goes up like just 2 seconds for me. Pretty nice. Sprays, so I kind of go off-roading with it. My ATV on there. Little Honda generator. EU2200i companion. Air conditioner, furnace. Those work great. Lights and all that. When that's running. The air conditioner isn't even the biggest load. It's the microwave, which hammers on the generator. So just prepare to have everything out before you plan to use that. A couple other things I want to mention, just if you're an RV owner, make sure these hex nuts are tight. I got locked out of here and I had to break my way in, basically. Make sure those are secure. Make sure you put your rod in there for next year. And I found out I leave my brand new battery hooked up all the time. I'm going to get a switch to turn it off. The carbon dioxide detector, propane detector, continuously will drain the battery down to nothing. So I'm pulling this before I go home today and leave it on a maintainer because I have mine storage unit. So I'm going to keep my battery nice and fresh. So a couple suggestions. Thanks for watching. If you don't know, lift that up, turn it, pops out. Can't get it in, stick your finger in there a little bit. Push, pull. It's almost like it's got a spring on it. Pull it down. That's how you open that. One more thing, with the battery disconnected, I open up the fridge for the winter. I have a little poison Tomcat. Climb in, chew on it, and go die. That should be a wrap. Thanks for watching. But once again, hope you liked my video. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.